O Saina de Ashe de Akoko. O Saina de Ashe de Akoko. Ashe de Akoko Koko. Ashe de Akoko. O Saina de Ashe de Akoko. Today, I am singing for the spirits of the wild herbs in the forest, because with all of the strange things that's going on in the world, I have been told through our yearly divination that the trees are meeting secretly under the earth and discussing our problems to see how they can help us above ground. There's so many things going on. Mother Earth is sending us so many messages in the face of war, in the face of the murder of the children, in the face of the anger of the water spirits and the air spirits. It is at this time the roots beneath the earth that say all hope is not lost. If we can learn to cooperate with each other the way they do, then maybe Mother Earth will be spared the madness that human beings are waging at this time. We have important messages coming from the four directions, and they all say the same, that we have injured Mother Earth to the point where she needs to cleanse herself. We also receive the message that it's not too late, though we are on a calendar. We have about 18 months to change. We are on a schedule, but it is not too late. So today, I sing on behalf of Oshun, our deity of the wild herbs in the forest, and he is envisioned as a little man, almost a dwarf, who has one eye, one ear, one arm, and one leg. Yet he can see more, hear more, do more, and dance better than the human beings. That's how much we respect the herbs in the forest, so much so that we crown our kings with leaves. One of the warnings that we have gotten is that we have people wearing crowns with the brain of a child. So now we are asking the herbs everywhere that there is this imbalance. Please save us, trees, plants. Please save us. O Saina de Ashe de Akoko. O Saina de Ashe de Akoko. Ashe de Akoko Koko. Ashe de Akoko. O Saina de Ashe de Akoko. I would ask Grandmother Jyoti to share with us the message from the Koji.
So I just want to say welcome to everybody out there, and for all of you. And wow, since the Kagaba Nation, the Kogi people of Colombia brought this message from the Mother Earth herself to us, and it has flowed globally. It is stirred and is still growing, and we've had over 850,000 views, I'm told. It has brought in conversations with people that are looking at philanthropy and funding and how can they show up and create a pond of resource and abundance that can flow to not only the Kaga Nation, but to other original peoples that are on the front line with this healing work, how to support our elders, our original people globally in a stronger and more clear way. We've had over 3,000 and counting people that just put their emails there on the website where the Mamo's message is, which you can all go to, and I encourage you to spread it far and wide. Let your inspiration and your heart's wisdom guide you. You can go to thefountain.earth/mother and it'll be available to you there. We are trying to put together just the first response so we can let you know all of these things are happening. We also have a big event that many people like Unity.earth, Ubiquity Institute, Compassion Games, and others that have huge platforms for bringing global meditational programming to you that have been for many years helping to wake people and bring teachers and teachings forward. So at summer solstice, they are wanting to dream in a large global event where we can all raise the resonance of a field around this message that the mother herself has brought to us. At the same time, the Mother Earth delegation will be going to New York for a storytelling festival from May the 31st through June the 2nd. We're getting that program up online. And so, maybe, I don't know if we're there, Margine, but maybe you can let us know at the end if there's a link that everybody can go to. If you can't come to be there, we're going to film it so that you can get these stories, these traditional stories that all my elders say are really important medicine for the moment we're in, because they bring instruction, they bring hope, they help to bring a sense of the larger picture that we're all holding together. So we hope, and you can come and sit around the fire. You can bring your family. We can bring our communities together so that we can honor our elders and help the Mother Earth delegation at the same time bring in what's necessary so that they can keep the ceremonial work and the work all of them are holding in all over this planet, and they work tirelessly for us. So this is what I know that has stirred up till now, and it's still stirring. It's a prayer, and it's organic in its nature. So we're trying to just follow it and see what it's lighting up. And I think the first place that it keeps telling us is every one of you have been instructed, and many of us have been instructed for decades and being prepared for this very moment that's happening right now. With this timeline that has just been handed to us. All of you have been prepared that way too. And so wherever you're sitting, whatever you're holding, light it up stronger than ever. Bring the awareness to your communities, to your families, to those initiatives and movements that you care for and are carrying forward. It's like if everybody would light up the thread they hold, then we'd probably merge together and bring that field of oneness that we are being called into. So with that, we decided we wanted to bring that message to you again today, so that we can continue to seed it and let it flow in its strength and its clarity. And so with that, let's drop into the message of the mother that our beautiful relatives, the Kaga Nation, have prepared. And I thank Eleonora, who's on this call, and Jeremy Wilhan, who has been producing and helping us to get this message together in the brilliant and beautiful way that they did, so we could do this collaboration with the Fountain, with the Mother Earth delegation, and for and with the Mother herself. Here's her message.
mother. I am in the heart of the universe. Throughout all of time, I have never suffered from such heat or exhaustion. I have endured for the last 1,000 years. Since that time, my natural connection points, my rivers, reservoirs, and internal waterways across all continents have been obstructed and are full of pollution. I cannot cleanse or recuperate. In December of 2023, I will start to rise and move and turn, sending this message out to all my children around the world. The storms, the earthquakes, the hurricanes, and the rise of the ocean will come. If the governments, the sultans, the princes, presidents, and kings of the world do not listen and act, in 2 years' time, only 30% of the earth will remain. I am the mother. I have always endured despite arrows being put in my eyes and in my body. I am not seeking to defend myself. I remain calm. But now, I must recuperate. There are 2 ways for me to heal. The first, I could take the law of nature into my own hands. This way, I will go in search of my medicine so I can cure my body, heal my energies, and all that I'm suffering from. There will be great changes upon the earth. You will feel me recovering. You will feel me moving. I will not do this to cause harm to you. It will mean I am recuperating my body. Or the second way. All my children will make the healing happen for me, so I will not need to do it myself. I will put my older children in charge of my recovery. They will go and search for my medicines, for my cure, so I can be healed and recuperate with their help. You, my children, must all be united and deliver what is needed for your older brothers so they can do the healing where I have been injured by you, my younger ones. Each one of the rulers of the world, of the governments of the world, must say, "Yes, Mother, I will stand with you. I will give my help to where you have been injured." I, your mother, have given you everything. When these changes start to happen, we will see whether you listen and act, or whether I myself will have to do what I must to recover the balance on Earth. If in just 6 months from now, by June 2024, you say, "Yes, we will provide what is needed," then my oldest children will be able to help cure my body. If this message is ignored, I will take the law of nature into my own hands, 1.5 years from that date. This is the message that the Mother has given, she who is in the heart of the world.
And
Take a deep breath.
I know that a lot of other elders are sending messages in too right now, and there's a lot of collaboration and sharing that's going on. So I'll pass that back to you. I know you have some of that to share today.
Mhm. I want to invite everybody, first of all, to take a deep breath and understand very clearly that the message that the Kojis just gave us so elegantly in this film is being echoed by diviners in Africa, by healers in the Caribbean, by those who are watching nature in the East, and every day, in some ways, we receive messages about the work that we must do. In my particular community, as I said before, the good news is that the herbs and the trees are talking to each other about ways that they can help us, heal us, make us healthy, and especially to clear our minds and our attitudes about this work. One of the problems that we have, as the Koji said, is the quote unquote rulers of the world are wearing crowns on heads that belong to children. It is a gross immaturity on the part of the leaders to wage war the way they are and tearing up the earth. Okay, this is really, really important. So this year we are asked to do several things. Item number one is to practice good natural health. Rely on your herbs and be aware of agricultural poisoning. We are asked to perform spiritual acts to diminish the energy of war. We're calling for a universal ceasefire and stand down. All of the politicians are lying, all of them, okay? And so we just need to stop and take a moment and recognize that we're destroying not only each other, but the earth. So in my village, we will be doing a public ritual to stop war. The other thing that has come very clearly from the mother of the ocean, she is weeping hot tears over the murder of babies around the world. The babies dying in Gaza, the babies dying in the Congo, the babies dying in China. We must address this. We must stop murdering future generations, okay? And so I just want to invite those of you who are listening to see the many ways that we can address these issues, okay? We can address it by supporting the Mother Earth Foundation and the Kojis. We can address it later on. I'll be flashing my link tree where you can take courses that will help with this. But most importantly, you all understand that the World Health Organization has said that in addition to the respiratory pandemic that we have, there is a pandemic of loneliness. There is a pandemic that is causing depression and addiction and isolation, and we need not succumb to this. We can be each other's medicine. I am calling upon us to be each other's medicine. Listen to your mama. Mother Earth is trying to tell us something. Everybody, please take a deep breath. Please take a deep breath and know that we are not powerless and that we have to get to work soon. In the spirit of uplifting our spirits, I want to call on Grandmother Loretta, whose prayer always lifts me up.
Thank you, sisters, Luisah and Jyoti, for gathering us around the world to reach out and help each other spiritually to stand in balance. At least we're giving as much as we can to be in that balance. And in our creation story, the first grandfather that we talk about is the rock, and the rock's very center of Earth Mother, and he's the balance that he assists Earth Mother, and his blood is blue and it's all over the world. And so when you look at how we, for thousands of years, we have held on to these protocols and our guiding principles, I think it's important today to take those up and really make them happen in your lives, because there's no more time to wait for whoever's going to do it. It's upon all of us to stand up and to try to change how we're doing things, so that my grandchildren, my grandsons, Omani and Tokala, I want them to have a good, wonderful life. And I want them to be way over there where they're shaking on canes in their old age. And I want, from here to that time, I want blessings. I want everything to come back into balance again. That's my prayer. So I'm going to ask my husband for a song while I offer a prayer. And I'm reaching out across the universe to each and every one of you. I'm touching each of your faces as we go into this moment of prayer. And I would like to ask you to join me, and let's have one single word of prayer going. I think we can manifest the best possible outcome from each of us saying this prayer together. So sending out our thoughts and our minds and our hopes and wishes for every little child on earth, and for every man and woman, and for every one of our elders that are out there, for all humanity, for all the animals, for those that are in the water, those that are flying in the sky, those that are on four legs. Those are all our relations. And so we would like to have everything in balance. Each and every one of them have their own laws that they live by. They have their own way, the wind, everything, the earth. They have it in their own power to heal. And when we wreck things, then it's up to us to right now straighten that out again before it goes any further. So with that, I'm going to go into prayer, and I'm going to ask my husband to sing a song for us while I'm doing my prayer. About people, Chua between Onai should deep low between me, just say, that the art of gosh, I just said, usually be, gosh, I just look at me. Boy, I'm glad, gosh, I know you happy. No more check it, go on money, be, gosh, just say that was at the or listen what each one of just go to go. Chiba car, gosh, on many gillet, gosh, what kind, it's a yard to God. Now, coffee, on our fatty dog, Kilina, gosh. On a that Dona Ilaguia, little coach, little boy on each. We are the Ushina, Teish, giggle home new now, I just want pleasure in that not well done, that one, that one stage, I think. That way you could always just give it. That is gosh, like it. Until the Bakilana and the hours, I just say, you are now you think. You shut gosh, like it. The mother choose to say. I see Dominia, the watch up. When I jump for a spare and a young get chat gosh. No, it is a Suya example of all your be. Do you chat? Gosh, till we talk to me, we'll cut the gosh lecture. Where we talk to Pops, so make it enough of gosh lecture, so we should. But this topic, you were chatting, lots of chat. Do I do gosh like this guy? Tiosh by the topic in a okay, equal I am please. Gosh, you wore your skin, okay, you are. Or it is gosh. I don't want to. Oh, I know, and only Japan. I know it. The little actually called it not to cut again. And now, only Japan, I know it to do the oh, Mitakuye Oyasi, all my relations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Grandmother Loretta. And I must say that I have been present in the past when we touched our faces and listened to Grandmother Loretta pray. But this time, having the drumming and the singing behind it actually took me to another level vibrationally. So if the rest of you, if other people experience that, you're not alone, and it's real. Something else was going on there. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Grandmother Jyoti, will you grace us with your prayer?
I would love to. And I'm just going to go straight into that prayer. It's okay with everyone. I'd ask you to sit down in your own sacred space in the center of yourself and take a moment to just use your breath, this breath of life, and breathe into yourself till you fully light up your entire form. For it is truly a moment when we must fully activate the light bringers that we are. I sit here to offer this prayer from the sacred territories of the Pomo and the Coastal Miwok peoples. And I give great thanks for this day of life. I give great thanks for this moment of life that we're all standing in together. I know when this message went out at first, some would say, but Jyoti, it's going to stir so much fear. And my elders said that, and if it does, face the fear, because that which comes up when you first meet this message and the transmission that it carries, it sometimes can reveal that which is still keeping us paralyzed in an old system, one that colonized us and cut us from the nature of who we are and the cord of nature, our mother herself. For we are truly creator the way you've shown it to us. We are returning to that original way of life where we honor and know that all life is sacred. I give great thanks because I know those that came and all of us put on our skin right now in this moment because we knew it was coming in this great time of the turning for this Mother Earth as she moves and moves herself so strongly into the ascension of who she truly is, moving us fully into the heart of her. And as many of my elders have said, for the first time, we will get to stand in that space and be the human beings that we are. Thank you, Creator. It's a formidable moment. It's a moment that challenges things. And as our Kogi relatives have told us now for 13 years, that we would be going through such a deep cleansing like never before. as the ending falls into the beginning in 2026. And so here we are, gone through this cleansing. Looking back, we can see the deepening with each year to the intensity of the cleansing itself. And still we are here, more purified, more clear in ourselves, more open in our hearts, so we can listen to the intelligence of the heart and how it guides us. For that, I'm thankful, Creator. Every challenge has within it an opportunity to learn. Help us always stay humble in that process so we can listen deeply to the instruction that you are flowing to each and every one of us. For we all are a form of your diversity in motion. And for that, I give great thanks. I give thanks to the original peoples globally, the original caretakers of this Mother Earth, for she gave them the knowledge, the wisdom, and the ceremony to care for her and maintain a field of reciprocity so all could stay in balance. We are returning to that understanding. We are beginning to remember ourselves. We are coming back to the center of who we are so we can walk the good red middle road. The energies of such a time are very different than a Western thinking model. And we've all got to unhook from it. We've all got to heal from it. We've all got to be forgiven and forgive in it in order for us to begin to move into the unification current that will take us through the keyhole and into the new dawn. You brought us the instruction. You brought us the wisdom keepers. You brought us those that would help us walk and wake and remember and seed the new dawn in our families, our homes, our communities, and the work we've been called into globally. You have a plan that's unfolding in its own nature, and it has time elements because, Mother, I know you are the most amazing alchemist of all, and the most significant part of alchemy is timing. And these timing elements are the ones you've just given us, this moment that says, now, you are ready, you've been prepared, begin the march. We are, and we are, and we are. Thank you for all the hearts globally that are listening, that have gathered around and are creating this community for one Mother Earth, one heart, one nation, Mother Earth nation. Let it be that way. And as we watch the creation itself, show us, teach us how to bring ourselves back into collaborative living and harmony and peace and unity, activating and being the original principles, compassion and tolerance. Give us the courage to stand firm in such a thought. Give us the humility to listen to all the voices. And in doing so, let us find this moment where compassion can become the aroma that moves through the air and touches all, as our hearts pop open and unify in a motion of oneness. For the ancestors that called us here now, and for those standing behind us that will carry on with her plan and instruction, I give great thanks. I give great thanks. I give great, great thanks. Ooh.
Ooh. I want to invite everybody again to take a deep breath and allow those words and that feeling of gratitude to rest in your breast. Feel it. Know that we are not alone in this work. We have each other, and we have the divine guidance through the voice of the mother. Now we want to hear from our kindred in Africa. Universal Mother has sent us a video of the prayers that they are doing in Gabon on behalf of Mother Earth. May we have that video, please?
Banzi ni makombo nganga bokaye. Aïe, le bon chemin. Le chemin qui mène à l'amour inconditionnel. Bonjour.
A sister and grandmother of basket from Luisah. They have a big meeting. They have a big meeting on Saturday. So we take this time to send this message about the mother health. So the mother health is very, very, very important for us.
Nous sommes vraiment là.
However, and who we are,
La terre
have
représentait
from the first.
l'arbre qui évolue et qui donne les branches, et nous représentons
boy,
les enfants.
girl,
Et les
men,
enfants, ce sont
we are
les
all
branches.
child
Et
of
s'il n'y a pas de racines, rien ne peut aller
of
plus haut.
mother
Donc,
earth.
il faut que l'être
So
humain
we
pense
don't need
à
to
retourner
destroy
à la
the
source.
earth. We need
Et
to
retourner
take
à la
care of
source,
the
il y a
earth.
des centres
We need
dans le monde
to
entier. En
keep
Europe, on appelle les
the
chamans.
earth safe.
Ici, on
So
a les
you don't need
djinns,
to
on a les
cut
mimas.
the
On a
trees.
un
You
centre
don't need to cut
qui fait en sorte
to
nous travaillons
cut
avec
all the things in
la
the
racine de
forest,
ce bois que vous voyez là.
destroy the
C'est ce qu'on
animals,
appelle le bois sacré.
because
Et c'est là
all
qu'on
those
et ça fait en
elements
sorte que tu te connectes avec la terre-mère.
builds the world.
Et nous sommes
build
ici
the
sur le bon chemin, et le
part
chemin
of
qui
the
mène à
world.
l'amour
Let's take
inconditionnel. Quand
an
l'être humain
example
va commencer à
of the
planter
trees.
cet
The
amour
trees from the root
inconditionnel
to the head. They
et
take
comprendre
a
ce que
lot
c'est
of
l'être humain
time,
et que
lot
l'être
of
humain
time
ne
to
fait
grow
que
up,
faire le tour
a lot of time to
du
grow up,
monde
a
entier.
lot of
Parce que
energy
tu vas
to
faire
grow
du
up.
mal
Is
aux Gabonais
the human
et dire
energy,
que moi je suis
the
français,
human
ça ne peut
energy,
pas aller.
the
Un jour, dans
climatic,
une autre
the
vie, tu
climatic
seras
will
Gabonais
make
et tu vas récolter
the
le
tree
mal que tu as semé
grow-
quand tu étais français
grow
et que tu
safely.
semais au Gabon.
So we need
Donc,
to take care
il faut
of
que
it.
l'être
We need
humain
to take care
retourne
of it.
à la source.
We
Et
here,
la source,
we do
c'est de
the right
rentrer
path. The right path will lead to
au plus
unconditional
profond
love.
terre
That means
de la racine
when
pour
you
comprendre ce
if
que c'est la
at the
vie.
time
Au moins, comme
you
ça, on
will
va
be
pouvoir
at
respecter
this
la
right
vie
path,
et respecter
you will know
notre
who
mère
you
terre
are.
qui
You
nous
will
donne
know
tout
how to
et
take
qui
care
nous
of the
accueille
forest,
aussi
how to
après la
love the
mort.
earth. have to
C'est tout ce que
have
j'avais à
to
dire.
put people safe,
Merci.
energetically, safely, physically, how to share love to all the people. So you need to practice unconditional love. You need to practice the right path because it's the key of life. It's the key. If you have love of yourself, you have love for your heart, for your earth, which is the mother earth.
Qui mène à l'amour inconditionnel.
Le bon chemin,
Le chemin qui mène à l'amour inconditionnel.
the right path is the path to lead to unconditional love.
Morrison, l'amour.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, powerful. I am very, very grateful that we have the kind of technology that allows us to share in our indigenous ritual around the world. I hope that people were able to understand the translations, right? Because the same messages are coming regarding how we should regard Mother Earth, and especially the way in which the plants are behaving. I would like to now hear from my uncle.
My dear family from around the globe, I am from the top of the world, the very top of the world, in a country called Greenland, Kalaallit, Nunaat, the land of the people. And in Canada, I left the north to seek warm country because my old bones are cold. I landed in Florida just to realize that it's even colder than the north. So now I know next time not to go to the Florida to seek even further south, because as it is getting colder, my bones are beginning to hurt. I knew that it would be so, because in our prophecies it says that one day, when the world needs it most, the ice will melt. And the big ice on my land, of Greenland, is melting so badly. I'm so happy to see the film. My family of Koki, or the people of the mountains of Koki, came and took some pictures. The very finger of the big ice they showed us. When I went to visit her, it was 4,500 feet tall, 1,500 meters. That's how tall it was. And now we see that she's no more than 20 meters, if that much. Things have changed exactly according to the prophecies of these people who live there, that one day, when the world needs it most, the ice will melt. And when she melts, the trees will stand again. And imagine trees standing up on the very top of the world, north of the Arctic Circle, and standing tall. Unimaginable when you know the climate, but when you realize what the old people have been telling us, now it is manifesting itself. It is so amazing. So Now, as us, the indigenous world, us, the original peoples of this earth, we had to really get together and really educate the rest of the world. They live in a world where they don't think of these kind of things. So the responsibility is ours. We have to have a voice to these people who ignore the changes. So now I invite all of you to do that. Because if we don't stand together, things will fall apart. And they are falling apart. And when they do, another big war will be born. We know that, and it is coming. I can feel it in my bones. I come from the land, the only land on earth where people live where there has never been war. I don't want to experience it. But it says that one day that big war will begin again. Only after that big war will mankind be able to unite. I wish we could do it now without any war, without losing family members, without losing brothers and sisters, friends and relatives, and all the relations we have. I wish we could do it now, become united. But unfortunately, we haven't got there yet. I will not give up. I keep talking about that one day, all the wars will cease to exist. I've never seen war myself personally. I traveled in some 76 countries. I never seen the war. But I know the history of war, where millions of people have been killed by other human beings. Should we keep doing that? Or should we grow up now and realize that we don't need to do that? We can become united. If it is true, as the old people say in my country, in the east when the sun rises, she's always yellow. And now, because of the television, we have learned that there are actually yellow people on this earth. And in the south, when sunshine highest upon us, she's always white. Now we have realized through TV that there are actually white people on this earth. And in the west, when the sun sets, she's always red. And we have red people, and I'm one of them. These are the indigenous peoples of this earth. And at night, it's always black. Now, because of TV, we have realized that there are actually black people on this earth. But we're all the same, living on the same earth. Not recognizing each other, not accepting each other. How many times I had to experience in my life to be put down for being a Native person? How many times I have experienced people being ignored for being a different color? When will we grow up to accept and honor each other as equals? When will that happen? When will the ice in the heart of man melt so that the beautiful smile can be smiling out to every one of us? When? Should we wait for another generation or many more generations to come? Or can we do it today? I greet all of you. You are my family. And when I travel and I meet you, I know that I'm at home. My home is something called Nunaat, which means Mother Earth. That's my home. And I know that's your home too. That's our home, the only home we know. But because we don't understand all of us together, we have been at war with each other. And we don't need that anymore. There's a beautiful prayer asking the Great One for healing. My father translated it from Danish language into our language. And he would chant that. And I always just can see my beautiful father as he was sick, with only quarter of a lung left in his body, and a chain smoker chanting that prayer. Long ago, he left this earth. I know that he can hear me. So I wanted to chant that for him and for my mother and for my ancestors in the next world. And then for my own family here on this earth, my children, my grandchildren, my brothers and sisters and their families, and all my relations in the world I traveled in. This is the way I do it. Ho ho, ho ho, ho ho. Aki Nagosatio Bingoti Ti Songa Sidqayin Angaangaq Ayugunna Sidaso Unahu Sidqannin tasanayulluutiga ilinullu ahsanninnigu sumilunni malittuanna mani Shilosuamni Shilosuam Sa Oh Mummihidukusoshuchi Nanuso Ti Ishi Manu Asuchi Shu Oh 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 In 2 days is my beloved father's 100th birthday.
Mm.
So I honor him for giving us such beautiful, beautiful, incredibly beautiful prayer. My love to every one of you. The only conditions I put forward to all of you is that if you see me downtown where you are, you owe me a cup of coffee. I don't ask for much. Just want a cup of coffee. I love you all.
Uncle, I want to tell you that in my kitchen, I have Louisiana coffee with chicory. I have butter pecan coffee. I
Oh.
have Cuban Bustelo. And so when we meet, you can do the sampler, baby. No, I also have Hawaiian Kona coffee. So you gonna get gourmet coffee when we meet. Definitely. I understand that.
Well,
Okay, now I'm looking at our time, and we have several more prayers to come forward. Do we have time to respond to a couple of questions, or should we go straight to Shawna?
I think we do have time to bring up some of this. And I also think that we may not have time at the end because we're trying to keep everybody's time about 3:30. We still may go over a little, but I hope you can all stay with us so we can close this ceremony in a strong way today. I
Okay.
will mention that a woman named Megan Murphy sent in to us an email, and you can write her, and I'll put her email in the chat in just a moment. It's Backyard Beauty, IL, all little letters, at gmail.com. She has drafted a Constitution of the United Hearts of Mother Gaia. This draft looks at the purpose, sustainable agricultural principles, sustainable resource development principles, renewable energy manufacturing principles, sustainable economic development principles, and she's ready for discussion. If you would like to be a part of what she's seeing and visioning here, then please get a hold of her. Again, her email, backyardbeauty, il@gmail.com, all little letters. We also had some questions that came in before we came, so the audience was already presenting some things. So the first question we got comes from Sarah DeVries. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Sarah. She wants to thank you for organizing this webinar. I'm more than excited to witness and participate. So important these spaces are held. Thank you. Her question, how can I as an individual contribute to the bigger whole? How can I be a warrior for Pachamama and be an ally for Indigenous peoples? I would love to become a member or volunteer or work for an organization that fights for the Indigenous rights, but I don't know where to start. So I want to just say, as far as an organization that fighting for Indigenous rights, you might want to go online and look up the Stop Ecocide movement. That's strongly moving to protect Mother Earth and to give her rights back. Keep in contact with us as we move forward to see where the Mother Earth delegates are going to guide us, and where the flow of life in this unification process will take us. Let's stay in contact. So grandmothers, grandfathers, delegates, would some of you like to answer, how can an individual contribute to the bigger whole?
There are so many ways. Everything from working with organizations that are addressing various issues, especially those that are attempting to expand the consciousness of our politicians, who unfortunately are infantile spirits that seem to be in charge right now, to gathering the people around you and having conversations over coffee, over lunch, over anything, to talk about what you can do at a grassroots level, what you can do within your home, making sure always that these conversations occur in ritual context with prayer. It is very much my belief that when we go into meditation or when we go into sacred space and listen to what Mother Earth is saying, we receive information of what we can do, no matter how small. Never, never imagine that you are powerless. And I must say, from the divinations that we've had so far, literally plant something with prayer in the soil. The most positive message that we have received is that the trees and the herbs and the plants are meeting underground on our behalf. Put yourself in accord with the spirit of the earth. Go clean up the trash that is on the shore of the ocean. Open up the flow of the river. Breathe deeply. Take care of the elders, the children, and the animals as best you can. And this is the work that is in front of us.
Okay. One more question. I don't think we're going to have time for all four. I'm so sorry, but know, Alan and Isha, that when you put out a question, watch, because the answer will come from another direction, one you might not have even thought about, because the mother herself is listening. Virgil Pond, in her message on November 17th, Mother Earth warned us, if by June all the governments, kings, sultans do not stop hurting the planet, then will there be catastrophic, can't talk, consequences?
Yes.
Yes. And, I'll let other elders join in here, but what I hear in their message is that she's calling for that to happen, but she's letting us know that when we, as the younger brothers in her creation story, if we all come together and unite and listen and support the original peoples, the Kagaba Nation, and other elders and spiritual leaders that are listening to her message and carrying them out too. If we all combine our efforts like that, well then the healing begins. So it's not depending on how many of those young ones with the king hats on can wake up. So that's what I understand from the way they've shared it with me. But maybe anybody else like to add to that?
If not,
And
if no one has a contribution, then we should go on to Shawna. Does anyone else want to respond to that question? Okay. Shawna, are you ready to share your prayer and message with us?
Yes, and I can say a little more, I think, also about what was about the question.
Okay.
I have a message that I received, and I just want to say I also have received a lot of messages over the years, and I see that it's an evolution that we're really experiencing together, and it's about that maturity and taking responsibility and that alignment with our own remembering, I think, and that disconnection that Grandmother Jyoti spoke of earlier. So many of our elders have these beautiful messages, and I think it's important that we're all really in this alignment of connecting with our Mother Earth and coming back to ourselves on a deep spiritual level. So I think this is part of the message that I have to share today, that sometimes I'll just sit, as Grandmother Jyoti was saying, and listen, or Grandma Luisah was saying, just listening and just, so that's how this message came about, and I was surprised a little bit. So I'll share this. In this new time, there is a renewed vision, a new perspective. These fragmented pieces that feel so heavy and burdened are opening up aspects of the collective wounds that require great healing with deep introspection. When this work is done together, this great grief and sadness will be lifted and transformed. In this time, speak of truth, speak of light, feel the light, allow in laughter and play, and for your own great light and beautiful soul shining through. You never have to worry or fret or despair. The light is here and now. You're aware, you're allowing, you're never alone. Remember, there's something truly powerful at work here, not only in your own personal life, and also for the greater whole. This is the most potent time for planting the seeds for what's ahead. Part of the wounding and healing all rolled into one that is needed now is the greater vision of your own complex innate being and the understanding that this world is not what people have made it to be. There is so much untapped wisdom and inner power, a beautiful divine light that simply needs love, nurturing, and nourishment of the sacred connections. The great awareness that we are all here together for this time and the great healing of the world. This is not a time for fear or despair, but a time of purpose, passion, and greatest love to arise. Light is flowing into and within a great many souls, and we're all here supporting all of you. We are never far, simply a thought or whisper away. No, we are here to support you, love you, bring you deeper awareness. This is the time of enlightenment on a mass scale. Allow the sacred embrace to melt away the pains and grief and sadness that lingers. Allow a new type of surrender to the goodness that we are all here to experience and know. This is love like never before. Your whole inner being is the light source of love, and that is what is meant for this new time. For you to radiate your own unique blend, vision, truth, and song into the world, for all beings to heal and flourish like never before. You're doing this each day, for when you say yes to love, yes to life, you're saying a blessing and a prayer for the whole of humanity in the world, and this love lights up the world. It goes far beyond this dimension, across the fields of light. We are guiding and blessing you now and always. So I just want to share that message, and I feel like it is important that we're listening to the mamos. It is important that we're listening to the elders and these incredible messages, as Grandmother Luisah said, that are coming from all directions across the beautiful earth in all traditions, and know that we are not powerless. We are not just helpless in any way in this time, although it can feel that way. Know that this is an opportunity to remember yourselves and as co-creative beings, and honor those gifts as you walk and wake up each day and shine your love into the world. Wanishi.
Ashe, Ashe, I'm always encouraged by Shawna's words and her dreams and the offerings that she brings forward. We are now going to look at an Instagram reel from the Wisdom Keepers, an offering sent to us by the Wisdom Keepers.
This is Antonio Cruz, who's Maya.
Kushka, Kushule, Kushya, Kushqa, Kaqaiq, Lukushqa Kaslima, Lokla Huyu, Lokla Taqa, Shaya Chikaq Kaslima, Lokla Kateya, Shquahosqih, Lok Mayih Takashtiqana, Haraqi, Harawala Shik. Shatia kan kumal kharena ihtaqataqate kuyuk qamak matsi atqatsil on atqachu bersankan chaqamak qateya chaqamak ruqushya maltiosh huyu maltiosh kha maltiosh qihsaq.
That was beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Randy, my storytelling brother. Randy, if I had time, I would sit at your feet and just listen.
Hello, good to see each and every one of you. It's a good time to come together and share messages or prayers to each and every one of us to encourage each other as we move forward. And listening to all the messages that have been coming through. And I like to reach back into the past and the way my ancestors, my parents taught me, how they raised me. They always sit us down and share stories. That's why I pass those on to the next generation or whoever is in the audience. And one of the things that I want to share with is what Loretta stated in the beginning when she spoke about Tatuya Topa and Otrokahe, the creation. Because the creation story is told in various ways. It depends on the storyteller within the family and extended family who tells the story. Sometimes it changes, it varies. But the way it was passed on to me was when you look at Tatuya Topa. Tatuya Topa is, in our way of life, is in a direction where things happen. Things are out there. But today, the way I explain it is because since the emergence, what we call the compass, since now that we have compasses and these compasses tell us which way is north, which way is south, which way is east, and which way is west. So now what we did is we combined them. We combined the Tatuya Topa and the compass. So now we say Waziata is the north. Then we say Wiohiampata, east, Itokagata, south, Wiohpeataka, west. But when you reach back into our past, it's basically spirits. There are 4 spirits that emerged from the Black Hills. Their mom and dad is out there, and Itewashtewi. They came together and they both had the 4 winds, Tatuya Topa. But before they were given the names, they were basically spirits that evolved within the center of the earth. And they came out from the Black Hills. And as they came out from the Black Hills, the first one that emerged out was Waziata. He was the first one that was born. Then you have Itokagata. Then you have Wiohiampata, Wiohpeata. You have all these spirits. They were born, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They were all born. But then as time went on, Waziata, the firstborn, said, I'm full of anger, I'm full of bitter. So I can't take the honor of sitting in the honor seat, which is the West. So that means he went on and he switched places with the West. So that means now they switched places. So now the honor went to the second brother. So now they switched places. So when you look at all this, it's basically an old story that was passed on. And when you actually have time to tell it in detail, it gives you a better understanding why these spirits came out and why they formed into the 4 directions. Because the reason why is they sent out into the 4 directions because they are spirits. Their job is to hold on to that direction. As they hold on to that direction, nothing bad will come into what we call the Makoche, the earth. They're withholding, they're pushing everything back. So the prayers that we make and the prayers that we say in Lakota, Tatuya Topa Wocheke, the 4 direction prayer, we send that prayer to them and we give them strength. And as we give them strength, they hold on to that wall. And as they hold on to that wall, nothing bad will come into our area. But time, as we move forward, because time have changed, we ourselves are the ones that are committing this. A lot of bad things, negative attitude, negative everything. So these Tatuya Topa are now becoming weak. So they're telling us, hold on to that prayer, hold on to that faith. If we don't, as soon as we let this go, all the negative, all the bad things will come upon you. And we don't want that to happen to you. That's the reason why when you look at the Tatuya Topa, there are spirits into the 4 directions, holding on and holding back all the bad things that are supposed to be coming back into this earth. So that's why in Lakota, when we pray, we say, Tatuya Topa Wocheke. We send those prayers out into the 4 directions There are basically spirits holding that each direction so nothing bad will come into our areas, so we can live a good life, then send our prayer to the Creator. So that's why we are in the center of the Katuyatopa, Hochopata. And as we send in the center, we send our voice to the Creator, and the Creator helps us and encourages us to move forward. So it's something that was passed on to me as a little child, and that something that I wanted to tell people all the time. But as I have more time, I tell it in a little bit more detail, because when you go into detail with the Katuyatopa, it brings out the energy, and you want that energy to be given to each and every person to have that understanding and why we're here and why we're moving forward. So that's why Wochik is very important. So with that, I'd like to say a prayer. So I'm asking each and every one of you and to stand with me as we say this prayer. Tunkashila, atewa kantanka, tratuye topa, unchimaka, unshia wahina jina, hoyeche. Hoyeche le, tunkashila. Howana, minionki chapi, na wichoye washteste hinapre, na wocheke ya hoyenyapi. Okute kia ahintu na tunkashila. Le wichoye ya hinapre lina. Yushka ikikchuo. Onich upi tunkashila, le hoyenam lina on. Echenish ake chakte, na niblehe chakte. Ocha hokute kia ahintuina, oyate lina, hoyenam lina na wichakti on. Wichayush ake cha, wichay blehe cha. Heche yushka trokate ke iapikte. Na le unhiota kapile unkichiwa stepo tunkashila. Heche yushka na zani unkiapikte. O he on tuche hoiche, leampete ki tunkashila. Na michi ua ushimalana, awa michanka. Ha heche tulo mitakuriensi. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Randy. Thank you, thank you. I want to say that we have vibrant conversations and connections being made in the chat. And we also still have several elders whose prayers we would definitely benefit from hearing. So I want to go forward and now call Brother Jarmbi, who is coming to us as the sun rises.
Yeah, good morning from here, the east coast of Australia. I think it's a important thing to get through, understand these times. It's very simple things in life. Normally, the best thing, like when we wonder what we're supposed to do about things, or how do we act, or how do we integrate information that's coming to us. Ultimately, if things are all proper way, then we've already got a good sense of self. We already understand who we are in the world. For a lot of us, we don't get that opportunity. Modern society doesn't hold that as something important. Sometimes we forget to give some love and honor to the water that we drink, or when we have a shower, or have a bath, or go for a swim. Sometimes we forget to be thankful for the food. But at least if we know that that's a thing. I spoke yesterday to a friend who was saying that about how things are, too much to know, too much to think about. Just need to take time out and do things to relax. not be so much on the edge. And I said to them, it's kind of what got us here in the first place. So got us into the trouble. But at the same time, I knew that this friend was one that definitely had done the work and continues to do so. But they work in a part of society that they're definitely bridging the gap between those of us who hold that connection with Mother Earth and those who have forgotten it. But at the end of the day, they're doing what they know is their truth. That's the big first question. What is your truth? Who are you? Why are you here? Remembering we have a job to do. We all have a part to play. We all have a role. Every single person has earthling DNA somewhere down the line. That means we're all connected. So for any first step should always be an inward step. Anytime we feel like we don't know the answer, maybe we should check in a little bit deeper. And then when we come to stand up for Mother Earth and take that first step, to go out there, to do something, to take action, to be more active and playing that role, you need to become correct. And knowing what keeps you disconnected, what keeps you connected, what are things that you need to change in life, what is your truth and what is your trauma. Asking yourself those questions about everything. Getting more and more connected to the earth. We can be like the trees and connect into the ground, but it goes further, all the way down to the heart. Feel her love. Let that be something real and visceral in your body, in your spirit. Let yourself feel as she calms your ego, helps you to relax. Spend as long as you can there. And then check in with your higher self and see why you're here. What part do you need to play? What are you good for? Everybody's good for something. So as we interact with all the information that we're bombarded with, whether it be on the internet or word of mouth or Mother Earth herself giving you messages, it's where are you interacting with the world from is the most important. Because only then are we taking the right step. To take this time with everything that's going on, to know the self deeper, better. As we walk forward, be responsible with that and respectful of others who are on that same story. And you'll be guided to where you need to be. And once you get there, you just have to be yourself. Like that Like they say, we are the answer to the question. What do we need to do? We just need to be us, but we need to be the real us. So thank you very much. We go into these times, keep each other strong, be the reflection. Big love.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Jarmbi. Milo, we'd love to hear your prayer now.
You're muted, Milo. You're muted.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
We can.
All right, thank you. Now I've been listening most of the day about the common themes that we have, and what is true in this world is the directions, and it's the air that we breathe, it's the water that we drink, it's the friendships that we make, it's the ceremonies that celebrate those energies that we live with on a daily basis. We have prayer because we forget that there is a living earth around us. And sometimes we are our own worst enemies as people, because we always try to take the easy way and make things comfortable. And all of these things has a cause and effect. And that's what we have to be cognizant of. And that, of course, we haven't paid much attention to it. So that we're in a situation that we see now that people from all over the world are reacting to these questions about what's going to happen in this world. And so I just wanted to say those things, and I wanted to sing a song for all of you. It's a song that's what Randy was talking about, the honoring of the four directions, And the song goes out, Wiochpiatakia, Waziatakia, Wioyanfatakia, Itokagatakia, Wakatakia, and Makatakia. It says, to the west, to the north, to the east, to the south, to the earth, to the sky, and to the earth. It's always to remind us that we are completely dependent on the good graces of Mother Earth. And she taught us all these songs to remind us ourselves that not to think outside of ourselves and try to be greater than the Mother Earth that born us. So it's always these kinds of things that we have to constantly remind ourselves what is our role in this ongoing destruction of Mother Earth. And sometimes those answers you may not want to know, but the idea is that you have to be aware. You have to be remind yourself on a daily basis that we are part of a beautiful, living, breathing earth that we call Mother Earth. So anyway, I just wanted to sing the song for all of you for that, and then and to think that I always say is think globally and act locally, and because there are many things you can do right in wherever you find yourself in this world, that you can do something like set the fire, burn a candle, burn some incense, say a prayer, spend some time with yourself in a quiet reflection about who you are, what you're doing on this earth. And then you can move from there, because once you create that atmosphere, you create that energy, good things are going to show up. And that's what we have to also know, is that we have to be patient. We pray because we know that hard times are coming. And in order to be getting through all of that, whatever is coming in the future, you have to be spiritually strong. And that's what's going to carry you. You're going to carry it through with your song, your dance, and your prayer. So this is a song that I'm going to sing for all of you. It's called like I say, the Four Directions songs. Ahituayo chewa kielo haye Wiochiata wariata Wioiampata wayahe Ito karata wakata makata ahituayo chewa kielo namahuelo oyahe Outro carro ao canto que dá um peito aqui. A gente não tinha que ir lá por dar um peito aqui. Dá um peito que tá com outra trem, andar com outra avastete, a wanha. Um peito que tô na que não, se vou te que lá mani pana, não se quer que lá. Kachan que piga tá na chitin, então tá com outra, se ba wanha ka. Andar um peito que na ko kola que tinha que troca que man kai tinha man kai one o chi chata não de que é isso ao então Aveam pe tokitona ke hoi ke aponi sa wo te chicha ni la. O able ze on yak no na pe te. O tun ka to akanta ka na mo te ke no shima ke la yo ni la. La pe te ke na ki kawita na to ke tun ya ya ta a. La pe te ke le sa wa kan na tun ki sia. Na to ka ta ke wi choi cha ke u ta ina na tun ki sia. Ko la pe te ke no sa hoi ki chi. La pe te ki ta ko she traina ki ane ko wo pe ke ni cha. Oche ke keni ya wo pele chicha ko ni la. O cho ta ko o che ya lu na po ni na wo pele chicha. Makasi tomani ya wo che ke ga ga po ni na wo pele ka pero. Kada ke no tokata ke hi a pe na pe ta ka ma ni chicha. No se ho chichi. O abole de na sha ta ko ni na yi na unta. O gana to tek me a to ke cha te o de e cha ka ta ta hen se na. On chin pe lo ni la ba. O hain to no shi ma ke lo ni. Mushukilapo, mitakuayasi.
Thank you, Milo. Thank you for that strong, strong invocation of the directions, with directions coming to us from every direction. I do love it. Is Kurikindi with us?
He's he's flying. He's in the air right now, as some elders are. But we do have a short message from him about the moment we're in. It's called Feeling.
Okay.
Los indígenas podemos sentir lo que está pasando en el planeta. Como siempre digo, no tenemos medios de comunicación, no tenemos televisión para decir lo que está pasando en el mundo. Pero por el mismo hecho de vivir en la Amazonía y estar conectados con la naturaleza, nos hace que podamos ver lo que está pasando en la naturaleza. Los desastres naturales están viniendo. Los elementos ya no son los mismos que antes. Cuando decimos que tenemos que estar alertas, cuando decimos al mundo externo que la gente debe estar despierto para ver lo que está pasando en el planeta, es muy lógico. ¿Cómo es posible la gente no puede sentir o ver eso? La contaminación de los ríos, la contaminación de los océanos, el fuego en la Amazonía, todo el mundo lo sabe. Es de esta manera como podemos sentir lo que está pasando en el planeta. Y realmente podemos decir de que no solo necesitamos pensar, necesitamos tener una acción inmediata. No tenemos tiempo para perder. Es ahora o después va a ser demasiado tarde.
Again, I want to invite us to take a deep breath. And as we seem to be running a little bit over time, I think that we can now just go to Bethany's song, and then we will close out. Yes? Does
That's
that
right,
work for
Grandma.
everybody?
Bethany Yarrow, and the name of her song is A Song Necklace for Oshun and the Waterfall. She's singing it from a 100-foot waterfall in upstate New York, and it's got quite a strong presence. It's a wonderful way to close today.
Share.
Waterfall, nothing can harm me at all. My worries seem so very small. My waterfall, oh, I can see my rainbow calling to me through the misty breeze of my waterfall. Oh, waterfall, don't ever change your ways. Fall with me for a million days, my waterfall, my waterfall, my waterfall. Ora yeah yeah, oh minha mãe Oshun, salvai, salvai, oh minha mãe Oshun. Ora yeah yeah, oh minha mãe Oshun, salvai, salvai, oh minha mãe Oshun. Clareai com as suas transparências estes caminhos que levam até a luz e ajudai, ajudai a persistir nessa trilha que a todos nos conduz. Clareai com as suas transparências estes caminhos que levam até a luz e ajudai, ajudai a persistir nessa trilha que a todos nos conduz. Shango, standing in the waterfall, he's holding open pathways for Oshun, Oshun. She comes with her water to wash the rocks and point the pathway for Ogun, Ogun. He comes with his sword and he cuts the air and lets the light come shining through. The waterfall is blessed to be the cradle where my Father can be found. The waterfall is blessed to be the place that my Father calls his home. The waterfall is blessed to be the place, oh, the cradle of my Lord. Shango, na cachoeira, firmando os caminhos de Oshun, Oshun, vem com suas águas, lavando as pedras e apontando pra Ogun, Ogun. e abençoada, e a bênção do meu Pai. A cachoeira é abençoada, e a bênção do meu Pai. Oh, waterfall, nothing can harm me at all. My worries seem so very small with my waterfall. I can see my rainbow smiling at me through the misty breeze of my waterfall. Waterfall, don't ever change your ways. Fall with me for a million days. My waterfall, my waterfall.
We thank you for your presence. We thank you for your prayer, and may we all go forth united in the work on behalf of our Mother Earth. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe Sheo.
We'll see you next month. Remember, we're meeting in the Mother's Heart regularly.
That's right.